Okay, but here's the
I really do
Yeah.
try.
who
I,
follows those though?
Who follows what?
The parental guidance warning.
my wife.
Don't call. Shh, you shouldn't say that. They're old people. They don't know.
See, for me, the thing is, I worked at a school, and the second some of the kids found out I had a YouTube channel, they just went searching and searching and searching. There's only a few found me, but they just went searching and searching. They're like, "Oh, I gotta find Mr. Brandon's YouTube channel." I was like, "I don't make content for you guys," and like I was a mentor and like an emotional support counselor. Anyone can go like, "Oh, Mr. Brandon, says the B words." I say the B words at the top of your broadcast. Like, you're under 14 and you're watching this. You shouldn't be watching this. Go
Get
talk
up.
to your parents, and otherwise, if your parents let you watch this, don't blame me.
I am not your
Yeah.
mentor when I'm at home.
I am not your mentor when I am throwing, hordes of flaming demons at players.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it.
I need to grab my notes. I don't have any of my world notes. They're on the other side.
No.
Where are they?
So what? How was everyone's 4th of July?
I was just in Mexico and didn't. It was the 4th of July until it was like 5 p.m. and my friends texted me, and then they were like, "Happy 4th of July," and I was like, "What? I'm going to the beach." And they're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Happy 4th of July, I guess."
Yeah, fair. Mine was okay. I watched the fireworks at the casino across from me. That was okay. They were okay.
You have a casino across from you?
Yeah, like it's a walk.
Do you like live in Nevada or what?
Yeah.
No, I live in California.
Finding your location?
Yeah, everybody's like searching for where you live.
Oh gosh. Well,
Yeah, so I'm Canadian, so
So you had a
4th
great
of
4th of
July.
July.
yeah.
Yeah.
When's Canada
Sometimes you just
The
get like
first.
whiplash when you realize that people are like not from the U.S. of A.
I knew that he was from Canada.
Mm.
Look, I knew that.
I always ask, like, when I was playing World of Warcraft, I used to ask all my Australian friends that, and the way I would ask it is, how was your happy Traitorous Day?
All right.
Yeah.
I've got all of my notes, and I've got a pencil, and I am ready to go. Let's
Fantastic.
kick
Yay.
That just reminded me that I have to bring up my document where I have my notes. Uh-oh.
All right. Whew. What are we doing?
Wait, Brandon, before we start though, I have a true question to ask you. Okay.
Hit me.
How much before the session did you prep?
How much Panda? I prepped so much before the session. They invited me to play D&D at 12:30 today, and I was like, nope, I gotta prep early because I need to make sure I have an hour to spend with Panda before the session, and I was done at 3:40. I was aiming for 3:30, but 3:40 was when I messaged you. But,
Yeah,
Why
and I
is
never
why is my brain telling me he's lying? He's lying.
no,
He's lying.
no, check
Oh.
the timestamps.
Look. I will
really
check the
good.
timestamp that he sent the message. Okay.
I
Let's
did
see.
really good. I messaged Joel stuff earlier today. Like I was kicking butt, man.
3:41, and then I replied 20 minutes ago.
I don't know, Brandon. The amount of times I've seen you be like be sitting there playing League of Legends and then being like, oh yeah, I got a session in like 20 minutes.
Now, see, if it was just for me, like if the only person I was depending on was like me, I probably would have did that today. Where it's just like I've had the combat rolled up already, and it's like I can probably go through the role play stuff and wing it, and I'll play League with my friends. But the thing is, I needed to make sure I had like adequate stuff for Panda, and then getting Joel's character like integrated into the world and then making sure like all the sheets were right. I was like, oof, I can't slack off today. I'll slack off next session. I can't.
Which is tomorrow. Tomorrow.
No,
Hey,
I got
don't-
new players tomorrow too, so
Never worry about slacking off. You have to be able to, be alive to do this stuff.
yeah. Dan Harmon, he did a series
Oops.
called Harmon Quest, where he essentially played D&D for a TV show, just creating it as he goes. And on talking about it, he has a quote that is kind of like really defines my dungeon mastering, which is tell stories until storytelling becomes a reflex for you. And like I that's how I feel. Whereas just like if I need to role play, if we have a full role play session, I feel so much more confident tackling that without any prep than I do a combat session. Combat session, could go either way without prep, and probably won't be fun. But like without prep, I feel like storytelling is just kind of a reflex for me. That I don't know. Those aren't really intimidating for me to walk in with like 30 minutes of prep time.
Doing my job, I'm able to bullshit almost anything because I bullshit most everything anyway in my job. So
All right. I'm going to do the intro and let's get started for tonight. So, for everybody who's been hanging out and listening, thank you for tuning in tonight. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. We are playing D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. It is a role-playing game. Everything you're going to see tonight is live storytelling. And like you heard at the start, I've got some notes and some ideas where the session might go, but this session can develop and go in any direction. And I think that's one of the really cool parts about this game. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching this, you're probably going to encounter content that's not appropriate for you. So I would stop now and talk to your parents first before continuing. And finally, we're playing in a homebrewed world of our own creation. It is the world of Ilderon. You can Google search it, just how you see it on the screen here. And there's now 3 websites about it: the wiki, the website, and the World Anvil that I always forget still exists. And you can read more about the setting. Other than that, let's jump into it. So a recap of the last session. Session 24, the party was in session 24. The party had just escaped from the spiritual oasis, the realm known as Kainamaji. They washed up on shore in a place. I don't think you guys even know the name of this place yet. But they washed up on shore in the southern part of Rion. When they washed up on shore, there were some elven women waiting for them. The woman revealed themselves to be allied with the same women in Dagger Gully who caused the city to be destroyed. They were apparently waiting for somebody to emerge from Kainamaji, and the party emerged, and they assumed that the party was the group of people they were waiting for. After a brief discussion with the party, they said that the big boss was waiting to meet with them and hear about their experiences in Kainamaji, and they would escort them there. The party was being received as honored guests, traveling along with the caravan until a mysterious newcomer, a new party member by the name of Trevin. I don't remember his last name.
Trevin
Flickerwood flew into the caravan, shapeshifted as an owl, revealing himself to be the space spirit that Kayat bonded with for his familiar, and told the party that these people were very bad and evil people, and they needed to run away as fast as they could. Heeding his advice, the party ran as fast as they could. The caravan was very confused.
Wait, Brandon.
Yeah.
We declared a game of tag.
Yes. No. First, you guys ran. Then, after they caught up to you, you declared a game of tag. And
No. When Azure took off, he's like, "We're playing tag," and he took off.
Yeah, it was tag, and then they caught up to you guys, at the rock of where was that place? The rock of Ioannis. Caught up to you guys there, and as you're engaged the caravan guide with another game, Two Lies and a Truth. And after she won the game, rather than coming back to the caravan, Azure and his servants, I say in quotation marks, took off again, running from her. She was through playing games and yelled to the party that she was sending the hounds after you guys and was dragging you in. No longer as honored guests. With that, the party fled as fast as they could. Eventually getting back to the shoreline, you guys were running across river deltas, splashing through the shallow waters until you got to a peninsula that just leads off into the rivers that connect to the ocean, and there's no more land for you. After sorting through your pockets, I believe it was Trevin had a scroll, a teleportation circle, a scroll with the spell teleportation circle cast on it. Aurora tried to use the scroll and teleport the party out of here, but just barely missed the check. Looking up in the distance, you guys could see that the hounds and the caravan guards had finally found you and were splashing through the waters towards you. Caught on narrow straits is where we rejoined the party.
You forgot the wall of fire.
Yeah.
I did not forget the wall of fire, good sir, because boom, combat grid, and if you scroll all the way over, you guys can see you are encircled in a red ring of fire, because I was like, as soon as I start this combat, Havoc is, or not Havoc, No Soul is going to be like, what about my wall of fire? I'm like, the wall of fire is still there. It's still there. We don't have to worry about it.
Nice.
Okay. So if you scroll around on this page, you should be able to find yourself on the northeastern side. You can zoom out and kind of see the peninsula and the rest of the deltas if you want, but I can describe the scene for you guys. The party behind you is what sea is this? I should know my own seas. I don't know if I named these straits. I'm going to say the Southwater Straits. Behind you is the seas of the Southwater Straits. In front of you, there are the caravan party, or the guards of the caravan party. Ogres are splashing up through the river shores. In the distance, you can hear the women that were guiding the caravan chanting and walking towards you. Circling around the party are two massive hounds. They are exhaling that fog, that spectral green fog that wraps the ground in the canopy of the forest that you were just in. They are warded off very briefly by the fires, and we are going to pick up here. Did I have you guys roll initiative?
I don't think so.
Yeah, a couple people did, but I'm just going to delete initiative and we'll re-roll it here. Before we get started, does anyone have any questions or any comments they want to make?
How do I roll that?
All right. For initiative, what you're going to want to do is open up your character sheet inside of the journal. You want to click your character token on the page, and then on your character sheet, you just click initiative, and it'll automatically roll it and put you over there. I rolled for you, but you can re-roll it.
There goes our plans.
What'd you do? Did you roll a 7?
I did. I needed to be higher. Hopefully it doesn't totally screw us.
I am hoping I'm hoping that I don't ruin anything, but again, I told you guys how I feel about this encounter. It is what it is. For the viewers at home that didn't get all of the in-between conversations that we had as groups, these people aren't really pushovers. So we'll see how this goes. Just give me a second to get all of these initiatives on here. Oh, nice! 4 initiative. That bodes well for you guys. The Darkwater Hounds rolled a 4.
Oh, that's good.
Let's see. I need my ogre. Oh, my ogre's got it.
They don't need to roll. They don't need to roll.
Yeah,
Oh.
we don't. You don't need the ogres.
Okay, never mind. I thought I needed ogre,
Yeah.
but I was mistaken there. Huh.
If they roll, they're gonna end up being super high.
Oh, I found it.
I felt that.
Hey, Brandon, out of curiosity, how deep's the water? Do we know how deep the water is beside us?
I mean,
Good idea.
I will Google search how deep deltas normally are, but I mean, it's a river flowing into an ocean. I imagine pretty deep.
Can everyone swim?
I don't need to swim.
I'm
I
like
can
the
fly.
only character. My character specifically lives on an island their whole life and cannot swim. That's like part of their character. This isn't.
Oh, that is awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, like
See, I
no.
love characters
that's
like
it.
that.
feels extra bad.
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to like magic some floaties or something.
Magic some floaties.
Try.
You know, like in the movies, there's always that one person that's just like clinging to like a piece of wood out in the middle of the ocean. That's Lex. That's it.
Except there's no wood to lean on right now because we're, the closest thing is those trees that are quite far away.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
So,
let's
Brandon.
go ahead and sort initiative. What's happening?
well, the firewall, can I have it be open to the water from us?
Yeah, you get 60 feet and you can place it
Yay.
in the direction you want. The wolves are circling around you guys. So I just put it in a circle.
Like- Okay, I want the firewall to go right up to the water and bury around us.
Okay.
Otherwise.
You can assume it is. I will redraw it in a second.
Okay.
So,
I just know we didn't have a map the last time, so.
yeah. Is that what you were intending?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm intending.
Alright. Let's do this. Alright, so Sister Eondis has 1 initiative. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's perfect.
No, it's not.
She is going to see you guys from through the distance, through the tree line, emerging out of the bramble woods. You are, or the bramblesses of the woods. You are going to see. You're going to see Eondis in a circle of her fellow caravan attendees. They circle around her, and she raises her hand, and she's going to say, "You should have tried with your words. I'll bring your unconscious bodies back to Yondel, and she can extract the information herself." She begins chanting in another language, and the mist around her, the fog, begins to swirl. It forms a small tornado, and more of it is coalescing. It looks like she has started some sort of. Next up, the ogres are going to take their turn. One of them is going to say, "Hey, is that them? Hey, launchers at the ready!" They move to the side of the bay, and they are going to also move right here. All right, these two are going to pull out some huge crossbows off of their back, and they are going to fire into the party. Ogres are intelligent creatures, but relative to other intelligent creatures, they're kind of dumb. So I'm going to roll a D100 on how tactical these are. 91! These are some good ogres.
Oh no.
They are going to aim at Amaziah, and one's going to yell, "Bring down the fire!" And he is going to launch his bolt.
Yeah, but he misses.
He does indeed miss with an 8.
Yes!
The second one
Thank God.
is also going to take aim at Amaziah. 19 versus your AC.
Would you believe he misses?
I don't think I would, but
Yeah, no, he hits me.
okay.
He hits me.
You take 23 piercing damage as the crossbow seems more like a ballista.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll a separate check for how tactically smart these other ogres are. 33. These two are going to say, "Oh, they're firing on something. Okay, we got fire too." They pull out their bows, and they're going to move here. And we will. I'm just going to roll a d6 on who they target because they are just firing. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Azure with the first, and the second shot is going to go towards Aurora. And they'll move here, and let me make sure they're not rolling damage. Wow, literally just barely a range. That's great. Okay, first one at Azure, second one at Aurora. I am positive that 19 hits Aurora. Aurora, you take 16 points of piercing damage as a ballista bolt crashes into the ground next to you. Amaziah, give me a
Oh, right.
give me
Concentration check.
Check. You are trying to beat DC 11.
It's not a saving throw, right?
It is a saving throw. It's a Constitution.
Oh, okay.
All right, you maintain concentration on your spell. That is the ogre's turn. Aurora, it is your turn. Panda, I think this is the first full-fledged combat you've been in where you're not hiding under a table. Would you
Yes.
like some suggestions, or are you prepped with ideas?
I would like a suggestion, please.
Okay, so you are in a really, really bad situation. The fortunate thing about your class, you're a divine soul cleric, or you're a divine soul sorcerer. So you have some options. A shield for yourself, or Amaziah, or anyone else would kind of help them be more of a beefy front line. Spirit Guardians would ward off maybe these winter wolves, dealing a little bit of damage to them and just making it really difficult for them to stay near you. But I think a really great option right now would just be starting off this round with a bless on your allies who you think have the best opportunity to deal some damage, like blessing and less. Azure and Trevin would mean that they have better chances to hit wounds. And then you could also use. Oh, well, you don't have a bonus action. Or you don't have part of inspiration. But I think Bless would be a really great spell. It basically makes. It calls upon your god's favor in order to make everybody else around you strong.
Brandon, point of contention.
Go for
The
it.
firewall is opaque, so the second ogre should have been at disadvantage, right?
No, that was
No, but I will read the text of firewall. If it obscures, I will re-roll it.
Well, it says the wall is opaque, so you can't see through it.
They're on the other side of the river, aren't they?
Yeah, we will see on that. But Panda, go ahead and tell me what you're going to do with your turn. And if so, I'll just roll the second two.
Alright. Can I cast Bless on Lex?
You can. You get up to 3 creatures. You can target yourself,
Ooh.
Lex and somebody, or you can target 3 other parties, or 2 other parties.
Okay. Can I cast Lex, Azure, and Trevon?
Okay.
I think.
Lex, Trevin, and Azure, you are affected by Lex.
It's D4 to attacks and saving, right?
Yep. It's
Fantastic.
I will try and remind you guys too. All right. Next up on deck, it's the Night Cobra members. Okay. I'm going to just read this real quick. Oh, man, I just spent all the time looking for firewall in its wall of fire. Here we go. That's why it's not there.
And you did have the wolves take the 20 points of damage from when the wall went up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just double checking.
No, they have saves against that. Hold on. I just messed up my roll from my chat box. Let me just reload this, and we will keep going. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to reroll those ogres with disadvantage. Just the bottom 2 because they're the only ones shooting into the wall. And then we are on the night path turn.
Hoping we cause it to miss Panda.
Yeah, me too.
It's okay.
It is going to miss, and Panda, Aurora's life flashes before her eyes before the other crossbow or the other ballistical launches into the ground. All right. It is the Night Coven's turn. Since I have to reload roll 20, give me 1 second. I'll back up again. Alright. These ladies are going to continue. Their task, and they are each going to ready in action, all 3 of them. That is their turn. It is the ogre's turn. The ogres are going to, each one is going to stand at guarding the ogres with the monsters. That is Inathia's turn.
Okay. Here's hoping this works. So, Brandon, quick question.
Hit me.
What would be the CR of a whale?
The CR of a whale. You were trying to transform into a whale?
Yeah, I'm trying to transform into a whale.
I am going to...
That's pretty cool.
Before I even answer that question, with the way Wild Shape works, you do have to be intimately familiar with the creature. I'm going to roll the chances. It's a very low chance you've had any opportunity to become intimately familiar with the whale. So before I even get into that, looking that up,
That's
I'm
sad.
going to give you a 7% chance. 1 through 93, you have not had the opportunity. 94 through 100, you have. 36. I'm not going to look up that information because Inathia, while you know whales exist, you cannot bend your magic enough to replicate this.
That was the answer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still going through it.
Yeah, it's still not good use of my time.
Yeah. So, damn it.
There goes that.
The giant fish that we avoided. We saw it though, right?
To lock in?
Yeah. Can I turn into that?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Yes, not yet.
might as well try.
It is an elemental. You do have to be, I think,
Damn
level 14 to turn into elemental. Or level 14 to turn into elemental.
Oh, damn.
Well,
Alright.
Dang it.
There goes. So now
There
we're
goes
just
plan B.
yeah.
It's funny, because I was thinking about Talakin just before this session, because I was like, man, Talakin would sure save them right now if he saw them.
And just come by, you know? Randomly.
Big old birthday.
Yeah.
All didn't want to kill.
So, in theory, I don't know the wolves are there because wall of fire. So, I would, at that point... I would cast Scorching Ray at the ogre that shot the ballista at me. All 3 rays.
Okay. You are shooting across the bay. They are
Yeah.
90 and 105 feet away. I think Scorching Ray is 120, so you should be good on that.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 people, or...
There are 3 ogres on the other side of the
Ah.
Two of them have these monsters.
Alright, I'd shoot at the closest one then.
Okay, give me 3 attack rolls.
2, 3.
Alright, let's see. The first is going to miss, the second 2 hit. Go ahead and roll the
I just need to click the Scorching Ray part, right?
Yep. Click it twice.
That one.
I'm going
That
to
one.
designate this OL1 for Over Launcher 1, and you have done 13 points of damage to your they yell. It hurts. But they don't seem too focused by it. Lex, it is your turn.
Yay, okay. So, I got a couple different ideas. I don't know if any of them are good, but we're gonna see.
Okay.
First things first. Anybody wearing metal, like the ogres?
Are the ogres wearing metal? From what
Yeah.
you can see, no, it does not look like it.
Okay. Let's
You
see.
cannot.
I'm gonna.
You can no longer see the elves in the
Okay. I'm gonna try. I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe I can try charm person, but I don't know if I'm close enough. Am I close enough? Wait.
I don't believe so. I believe that's a 60-foot range.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see real quick. No. Yeah, it's 30 feet. It's even closer. Okay. Well, let's see then. The wolves are still around us, though, right?
From what you can tell, you hear them on the other side of this platform.
But technically,
Okay.
you can't see them.
Yeah. There's not much I can do, honestly. The wolves are nearby, but they're like through the fire. I can do like cure wounds for Amaziah who got smacked.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's pretty much. Yeah.
okay. Go ahead and roll it, and you can restore HP to Amaziah. Alright, next we have Trevin.
Okay, so I am gonna pull out my holy symbol
Okay.
to Ranulf.
Okay.
I am going to start chanting some words, and I am casting Channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay, can you link that for me?
That's pretty cool.
That's from Tasha's, right? I can just go there.
Yes, I just linked it in chat.
And I'm assuming I only heal the first 8, right, Annie?
Yeah, probably. Sorry. I don't know why it did it twice. I think I clicked on it twice.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, it came up 3 times, so I'm like...
Yeah. Just the first one. Yeah, all the other ones don't matter.
Okay, got it.
You can roll 1d6. At your cleric level, you gain that much temporary hit points. The space around you guys begins to shimmer as you are
Cool.
in Trevin's Twilight Sanctuary. And I'll put it for
So everybody gains
on the
12.
End of the turn,
Yeah, at the end of your turn, you gain 12 temporary hit points. And then for a bonus action, I'm going by the sound of where I can hear the wolves, specifically this one. And I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right. And give me a. I'm actually going to have to. You can cast Spiritual Weapon. Unfortunately, I don't think you can make it attack. One of the texts of it is a creature you can see.
Is it a creature you can see?
Most of them are. Within range, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5. Nope, never mind. Go ahead and give me that spell attack.
I already did.
You're good.
I rolled a 26 for 10 damage.
Oh, nice. That hits. And let me pull up the. All right. There are probably some NPCs I'm still missing from when I had to redo everything, but it is good. I'm going to designate that as WW or DWW1 has taken 10 plus. Alright, they do not look bloody.
Okay. And the wolves did they make their saves or not? I forget.
No, I haven't rolled them for them yet. I just have.
I thought you did. Because if you scroll up, you rolled 2 d20s right after he cast the spell.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, you rolled a 5 and a 2.
Okay. Well, then no, I will add the game.
The only reason I was looking is because one of my things allows me to give somebody advantage on their stealth or on their initiative roll, and I didn't see that I had done it, so I won't say that I did it.
No, that's all good. Makes my life a little bit easier. I just kind of have like quick notes here of like covering ending 20 damage, and whenever things get like into the territory where it's like, ooh, this thing might be dead, I go back and add everything up. But I just took time with the math. We're all good. Neither one of them are bloody, but they don't look very happy with you guys. On their turn, they are going to let's see. They're each going to use their fog of the dark water, and they are going to blast into the flames letting out more of this green fog. Everybody within, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw as creeping through the fire. This fog is going to start to choke you guys.
Fuck.
And give me 2 for each person. Panda, you don't have advantage, so I'm going to take your first roll as for 1 and your second roll for the second.
Wait, so dexterity saving throw just 1, right?
Go ahead and give me 2 dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Alright.
Ouch.
So the first.
Ouch.
Let's see. You failed.
Uh-oh.
82.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay. The fog is going to choke out in his eye. The wall of fire is going to fade. Next, let's see. Panda, you are going to take from the first one 16 damage, and the second one you're going to take 45 damage. Is Aurora still up? If you're talking to them,
Huh?
Oh, I said, is Aurora still up?
I am not sure. You said how many?
You take 16 plus 45 for a total of 52.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
And Brandon, it's 18 or 19, not 16.
Oh, 19, my bad. Somebody just said something in the chat that I am trying to fix issue. Oh! Well. Bless your
Part stream for listening to this so long. My audio's been going through my Oculus headset and not my microphone that's right in front of my mouth. For stream, everybody on Discord's heard me through the proper thing. Okay, so Aurora is down. We have Inaziah is also down. Let's see. Next up on the list, Lex. You make the first save. You make the second save. Because of your evasion, you take no damage from it.
Love rogues.
Azure, I never rolled Azure's initiative. That was my bad. I will roll Azure's initiative now, but let's go ahead and check all his stuff. Cool, he doesn't have resistance to necrotic damage, and we'll roll him dexterity. Pass and fail. Azure is going to take 19 from the first, plus 45 on the second. And let me just add that up now so I don't have to add this up later.
64.
64. Azure is bloodied. Okay. I'll move Azure at the end of the round since I forgot to roll his initiative. Trevin, did you already do the math of the damage you took? It's going to be 19 from the first and 22 from the second. For a total of... back to the calculator. 41 points of damage. Did you get that recorded, Havoc?
Well,
Cool.
it needed to be something big enough for
I
all of us
have
to
been
fit on.
I've been talking to myself in a different channel. All right, let's. This is a calamity of casting failures. Okay, so Azure, I'm moving him at the end of the round. He is barely up. He is very hurt from that. Havoc, did you get the 41 points of damage recorded that you took?
I took 41.
Yes, you took 19
half
from the
of both.
first and 22 from the second.
Sure, cool. So I took minus 12 is 29, so I took 29 points of damage.
Alrighty. Okay, moving on. We have Azure. Azure has 2 souls inside of him. Tydethel wants to smite these wolves, and Azure wants to save his companions. Evens, Azure acts. Odds, Tydethel acts. Odds. Azure is going to step forward in front of Aurora and is going to say, "Back to the bridge with you!" And we'll just go ahead with... What is this? We're going to go with an attack roll, if it will roll. Oh, I rolled it twice. Well, he does get 2 attacks. He is going to, unfortunately, though, miss and miss on both of those attacks. At which point, he will look towards... he'll look towards Trevin, and he'll give Trevin a Bardic Inspiration die.
Fantastic.
Say, "Stand vigilant!" And that is his turn.
And on his turn, as his turn ends, he gets 12 temporary hit points.
He does, doesn't he? There
Yes,
he goes. Okay, let's go ahead and... need this, and I also need one of these. Okay, so that fog lingers around each of the wolves, clinging to them. It is, while you guys are in it and while they are in it, it is obscuring. It is hard to see what is happening outside of this fog. From what you can tell, the storm that the elves are conjuring seems to be getting more potent. The entire ground begins to shake. You guys feel rumbles happening around you, although you cannot exactly see what they are. That said, that's the 18 initiative count. At the 17 initiative count, one of the ogres looks in and says, "Looks like they're down. Go in and get them." They are going to... They're going to ready actions from both sides, and they will wait for the other ogre to go forward and retrieve your bodies. Aurora, You are down. Unfortunately, this miss is lethal. Go ahead and give me a death saving throw. At the 14 count, this rumbling is going to... Okay,
Aurora gets 12 temporary hit points at the end of her turn.
She does. Those do not get her up from the ground, though.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
At the 14 count of initiative, you all are going to feel the ground continue to shake as the nearest tree to you seems to loom over the fog, animating and walking towards you guys.
He wasn't lying. This is going to be a TPK. He wants to kill us.
It's a tree man. Oh my god, this is not good.
All right.
And Brandon says he doesn't want to kill people.
The
No,
treant's
I
going
wouldn't
to...
kill anybody. What? No.
The treant is going to loom forward. You guys can see it hovering over the fog. It raises its arm. It is not in range to attack you guys yet. At that,
How far away?
I mean, it's just a few feet away from you. Oh, you're asking exactly how far? Exactly how far? It is 20 feet away from you.
Nice.
That is its turn, and on the ogre's turn, he is going to hustle, taking the dash action to get there. And when he gets closer, he's gonna look in and say, "Hey, some of them are still moving!" And Isaiah. Oh, go ahead and give me a death saving throw. You are going to pass your first death saving throw. Lex, you've got two allies down, a treant looming over you, and there are wolves hunting you inside of this fog. What do you want to do?
First off, very happy that I have a backup character. Second off, I want to.
You cut off?
Second off, I want to set it on fire. But I don't have fire powers. So, I have oil though, and I have a tinder block. So, is it, from what I saw when it raised its arm, is it like slow?
I mean, they move about as fast as you. They are huge creatures though, so yes, it's slow, but because it's got such like big limbs and big like strides, it's moving 30 feet per round.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, Do we still have the wall of flames up, or is it gone? It's gone, right?
Yeah, the wall of fire is indeed gone.
Oh, okay.
The flask of oil, you can pull it out and throw it at the treant. You can pull it out as part of your interact with object. Throwing it at the treant is going to be your action. Somebody else would have to ignite it.
Okay. Let's see if I have anything that's good. No, most of my spells are for like people.
Yeah, I mean you have heat metal too.
Is it smart enough?
Say that again.
Is it smart enough for me to charm person on it? I don't know.
Oil.
I mean you can try. It has a face, and it seems to.
I don't know. Actually, do I have time to like? I'm thinking to like tie the oil to an arrow and shoot it. No, I don't think I do. That takes way too long.
To tie the arrow or tie the oil to an arrow.
Yeah, basically just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. So your interact with item is your free action, taking the oil out. I'll let you spend an action to tie it to an arrow.
Okay, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, you won't be able to fire it this turn, but you're just quickly like tying it as like you're looking up and this treant's got its arm like looming over you guys.
Okay, that's good enough. That's what I'm gonna do
okay.
then.
It is Trevin's turn.
It's a bonus action. Still holding my holy symbol, I start muttering and I say, "Y'all can't go to sleep just yet," and I cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. The people who are down are going to regain 5 temporary hit point or 5 hit points, not temporary, actual hit points.
Lex, make sure you take your 12 temporary hit points.
I just did, actually. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy because I am very full.
I'm still confused at how it passed the death save with a 3.
You
Good job, though.
No, I'm sorry, you failed.
Wait,
I
is that
got
me?
that back. I did that backwards. Panda passed hers, and I am all over the place. Panda passed hers, and Inaziah failed his. What's
I'm like,
Lovely.
I thought it was 10 plus to pass.
yeah? I just my brain just flip flopped those. Okay.
Okay. And as my action, I am going to cast Toll the Dead on this wolf here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me.
You need to make
makes a death save. Blech.
Yeah.
It's
a
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
DC is 15 and it's going to fail.
Yeah. So you take 1d12 necrotic. 10.
All right. This wolf is not bloodied, but it definitely doesn't like that.
And then I am going to take my 12 temporary hit points. And
Okay.
that is my turn.
All right.
Is it an additional 12 or it doesn't go up to 12?
It does not stack. It replaces the last.
It replaces the original, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we are going to move on to the Winter Wolves' turns. Or actually, you know what? I'll take Azure's turn since I've got him properly in the order now. Man, he's gonna try and smite this thing. You know what? Azure is actually a character of wisdom.
Wait a second now. Since when did that happen?
Well, not wisdom. He's not wise. He is a character led by redemption and pacifism when he can. Azure the Soul wants to try and talk out of this. Tydethel the Soul wants to fight. Again, evens on evens odds, which one acts. Turning the sword over in his hand, he's going to make 2 more swings at this wolf. That is going to hit, and he is... let me make sure I'm not cheating here. Because he does not have extra attack yet. Oh, he does have extra attack. Okay, he does. I just didn't see it on a sheet. Okay, that is going to hit, and he is going to smite with that. And we will go ahead and burn a... I'm just going to re-roll the attack because he's got it auto-rolling. There we go. Well, it's not a crit, so... There we go. Alright, so I'm going to take that damage. what's the fair thing? I'll just take all the damage from the last one I rolled. Alright, that's gonna be 8 plus 9 from the smite. For a total of 17. At which point the Darkwater Wolf is bloodied, and Azure is going to continue to cut into it, striking it again, bringing his sword up and then back down. At which point it remains standing. And I will do the math on that in a second. Alright, that is his turn. At the start of the Winterwolf's turn, it is going to... this one is going to make Azure and Aurora, you each take 1d8 plus 4 damage from the fog choking you out as it finds its way into your lungs and body. You each take 5 points of damage. And then for this one, Trevin, Lex, and Inaziah, you will also be taking not that. You'll be taking 5 points of damage. 2 ones. That's great. Okay. Oh, and that's the start of their turns. And
remember, everybody gets those off of their temporary hit points. Plus, everybody got healed 5. Just making sure.
Yes.
So the red X's should be going away.
Yeah, I'll remove them in a second. I'm just kind of managing a lot of things.
Right. I know. That's why I'm reminding.
Okay. Let's make a bite attempt at Azure. Azure is going to fend that off rather well. Azure is a tanky mother flipper. Okay. And this one is going to... I will just roll I'll roll an evens or odds check for Lex or Inaziah, and it is going to be odds. It is going to step forward and bite Inaziah. With that...
So I just want to check. I took 5 from...
You took 5 from the aura.
Okay.
You are taking 19 versus your AC. You're taking a bite attempt. From this, you'll take another 11 points of damage, and give me a strength saving throw, otherwise it is knocking you prone. Well, you're already prone, so don't worry about the strength saving throw.
Yep.
Okay, so in total you have taken...
I'm up.
Yeah, you have taken 16 points of damage. Barely!
You're up. Yeah.
Like by 1 HP.
Yep.
At which point, let's see. We at the top of the round, you are going to hear a voice call out over the battlefield and say, "This has been fun, but I have places to be and traitors to slay." At which point, you guys are going to hear a rushing wind. I'm not going to bother moving through initiative order for this. As all of this is happening, from what you guys can see of like the faint obscure fog around you, the treant is marching into the fog, and its fist is coming down. The sky behind it is darkening and rolling as like a rolling, crashing wave. More of this fog, although this time it's black and opaque, is crashing down like a tidal wave sweeping over the battlefield. as it crashes over the treant is going to wilt back down to its brambled state. It is going to flood over the party, pushing away the fog that the wolves have exhaled. As it crashes over each of you, it sears your skin like acid. The pain eventually pushing you guys to the realms of unconsciousness. With that, they have finished their ritual. Everybody can just roll me a d20. They are going to be able to collect your bodies. The d20 is going to be for just any freak occurrences. If you guys get like a nat 20 on a death saving throw or something like that, and you somehow become conscious for this next moment.
So just straight D20?
Yep, it's essentially a death saving throw for if you wake up.
Oh, okay. Not me.
It's a 5% chance. I don't expect it, but I'd be a cheat if I took it from you guys, or if I didn't at least offer it to you guys. All right. I'm going to just roll these straight down. Trevin, you are going to become conscious in 3 hours, and Isaiah in 4, Aurora in 4 hours, Lex in 4 hours, and is that everyone? Oh, Azure in 1 hour. All right. The party. The last thing you see is this fog wash over you guys, that burning sensation before you are all fall unconscious from the pain. A couple of you are sputtering and death saves, but the ogres and the sisters eventually get to each one of your bodies, and I'm just going to roll a few checks to see if anything terribly wrong happens. So they are able to stabilize the party, and you are put back on the caravan. The next couple hours pass as a foggy haze of most of you guys unconscious before finally you guys are thrown in cells and left for some time without care. For everybody who, I think, accidentally, I think everybody's waking up in 4 hours. Oh,
Trevin's
For me, I'm
3, you
3.
said.
Yeah.
Oh, Trevin is 3. So Trevin, you're going to be the first one awake. You are thrown inside of a stone. You are thrown inside of a stone cell. There are metal bars around this cell. It is pretty open here. You can see several other people down here. Several other of these cells are in the center of the room. Your feet are about ankle deep in water, and there is dim light coming from spectral skulls that are floating through these cells, occasionally looking at each person. The spectral skulls are bathed in green flames. They aren't very bright, but they are lighting this place. You can see the forms of your companions in some nearby adjacent cells. You yourself are manacled. Along with each of them, they are all collapsed on the floor. There are other people down here in different cells. you are acutely aware you're not the only prisoner here. Among the people down here, Joel, are you there?
I am.
How about you give us a description of your character, what Trevor might see as he is looking around?
So, my character is a younger drow of the age 19, so he's a bit smaller. He's about 4'5", 110 pounds. He's kind of just sitting there with the same kind of conditions you're in, I assume. Been down here for a little while, just sitting in a corner.
Okay.
Fantastic. So Trevin is gonna feel the manacles, and he goes, "This just won't do." And he uses Fey Passage to just slip out of the manacles.
Okay. As you slip out of the manacles, you are able to move around in your cell. As you get close to the bars of the cell, it is uncomfortable. It is terribly uncomfortable being away from the center of the cell. I'm going to use a stupid person example. If you've ever chewed aluminum foil and that horrible discomfort you feel through your teeth,
Yes, I understand that.
it is radiating from these bars. These bars do not agree with you.
Would I be able to slip through them using the Fey Passage, and then just like, or would it like do damage or anything?
I'm going to give you the benefit of your wisdom, and you put your hand close to these things, and that discomfort starts vibrating through you. You can give me an intelligence check, and I can let you know that question. Because I'm assuming you test it before you just try it.
Oh, absolutely. So
I'm going to give it to you on DC 12.
Brandon, quick question.
Yes.
Being of drow, I have superior dark vision. Is there anything I can see that maybe they cannot?
No. Well, normally it would, but since I am a Twilight cleric, I have Eyes of the Night, so I basically have better dark vision than you.
Yeah, I will let you guys know what you see on each person's passive perception. I do keep that recorded in your dark vision. Of note, I'll just roll a percentage die of just maybe if there's any important accidents that kind of happened down here, like maybe somebody dropped a key or something. Let's see. Things that you might not notice, and both of you, I guess, with like dark vision that other people would. In the distance, among the 6 floating skulls down here, one of them that is floating through does have a keychain that is driven through the bone with different keys on it. It is hovering. It is hovering and just patrolling through this place. Ever so often, it rattles, and you can kind of look over and see that one. But otherwise, I would say of note, not really anything worth mentioning. Did you give me that intelligence check?
Just waiting for all of the other stuff, but here you go. Nope, I don't make it through.
Okay, yeah, you put your hand to this thing, and it is gonna zap you. You take 1 point of psychic damage. You are also at 1 point of HP. You are going to become conscious in 3 hours.
Fantastic, but I'm not restrained.
Yeah, you are not. All right, everybody else. Within another hour passing, each of you are going to become conscious within these cells down below. Would you like me to explain the scene that you are in again, or are you guys good?
Sure, why not?
Okay. You are in some stone prison. The floor beneath you is sturdy. You are no longer on the riverbanks, or walking through woods or cobbled pathways. Each of you are in individual cells. The room is arranged so that there are rows that go in between these cells, and both vertically and horizontally. You can think of it almost like a grid. Going between or hovering between these rows, ever so often there is a spectral skull giving off green flames that is causing dim light in small 15-foot circles through this area as they patrol these cells. From what you guys can see, you are not the only ones down here. This place isn't very occupied, but in the different corners and areas of the room, you guys see other creatures, some conscious, some not conscious. The party, for all intents and purposes, have been put in cells relatively close to each other. As you wake up, you are all prone and manacled in the center of your cell. The manacles are enough that you can sit up, not so much that you can stand up. You are in ankle-deep water, which is to say it's probably about 4 inches of water on the floor here. At which point, Aurora, you wake up, and Isaiah, you wake up, Azure wakes up, Lex wakes up. You guys can see Trevin is in a cell not too far from you guys. He is unconscious on the floor, although he's not manacled. And then additionally, the closest person that you can see that is conscious to you is a elf whose skin is almost as dark as the shadows of this place.
Okay, are there any lights?
There are lights coming from the spectral skulls that are floating through and patrolling this place.
Okay,
It is dim
I'm
15-foot
a
light.
human and I can't see.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can just see the vaguest outlines of things as they pass the cells.
Cool. I don't know.
Azure is going to sit up and say, "Is everybody here?"
Oh. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Pretty sure I'm here.
Alright, everybody who's awake should probably sound off to know who's here.
I see everyone. And there's another gentleman here.
Thank you.
Azure's going to look around and say, "What was that fog? You guys saw that too, right?"
There was fog? I saw teeth.
At which point, Azure will speak up and say, "Well, if we can get a message back to the Sigil, maybe they can deploy an agent that can get us out of here."
Azure's memory's back. Wow.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, wait, that's probably the Dungeon Master, but I'll roll him you know what? I'm just going to roll him checks on that, and I'll say that is information he does have. And he'll say, "Yeah, when you guys told me I'm Azure, there's some stuff there that's foggy, but it's mine."
Nice save, Brandon.
We got him.
So you guys are from the Sigil, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
I see, I see. I've done a couple of jobs for them. They're an interesting group.
Yeah.
A woman on the other side of your guys' cages is, or on the other side of your guys' cells is going to speak up and say, "Lot of luck that'll do you." She is also in a cell.
And who might you be?
She's going to say, I'm from the Sigil too. My advisor sent me here and I got found out. They left me to rot.
I see. It looks like they're making a collection of you guys. So how did you guys end up here?
Long
I
story.
don't actually know.
A very, very bad game of tag.
That's part of it. City we were in got destroyed, got teleported to another dimension, got reincarnated, ended up in the belly of the beast, played a game of tag for some reason, and then got knocked out.
Oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that.
I was just
This was a couple of days ago.
This was yesterday.
Yeah, I forgot.
You guys are gonna hear the manacles stir, in the woman's cage, and she's going to say, "Wait, reincarnated, dead? You've been to the bridge?"
I guess that's what it's called.
Roll me an intelligence check. Or, you know, I'll give it to you as a history check. For Inaziah.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to look. History check.
Yeah, I guess, well, no, this was just yesterday. So, I'm just kind of thinking where this DC is gonna be at. Yeah, maybe it's some part of the bridge. You do remember, though, that
would I have heard anyone call it the bridge, though? That's the question, because I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, what you specifically heard was mortal souls belong on the bridge and not in Kaiminaji, and you remember the argument that the gatekeeper servant got in with Elavion. You're not sure where you were, but you were supposed to be in the bridge and you weren't there.
Oh, okay, so...
Because it was a freak occurrence that mortals were appearing there.
So I'll look and go, yeah, we were bridge adjacent.
She's gonna say, bridge adjacent? What's that even mean?
Listen, we don't quite understand it, it's just there's a lot going on. To be honest with you, we don't even know where the fuck we are. Before we got knocked out.
She'll speak up and say, welcome to the grand shores of Rion. You're in the reaches of the Darkwater Watchers. Yandalori, grand capital of the Dark Waters. And each of you have been blessed with your own personal quarters inside of the stocks of Maji Solam. There is huge sarcasm coming off of her voice.
Was gonna say, it doesn't really seem like a blessing at this point, but I'll take your word for it.
Few people ever meet this honor. Why, in mere hours we'll all be condemned to the dark waters.
I'm assuming we're all still at like 1 hit point.
Yes, when you wake up, you have 1 HP.
Hooray.
I'll eventually wake up, guys. Don't worry about me.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Absolutely fine. Don't worry about me.
Alright, how far can we move inside the cages while being bound?
The cages are just a little bit bigger than, like a 5 foot by 5 foot square. As you kind of stand up, or try to stand up, I mean, you're probably going to be able to move maybe a little less than a foot in any direction.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have that weird feeling, right?
For Inazaya, well, you can't get close, really, to the bars.
Okay.
Inazaya, you can give me a history check if you want. Looking at the bars, or an arcana check, I will allow either.
Great, they're both terrible.
That's actually a really good history check. But it is unfortunately kind of obscure knowledge. So I'm gonna put this out. Unfortunately, you're not gonna hit the mark for it.
That's fine. I wasn't expecting to.
Yeah, you look at this, and this is some sort of strange metal. You're not sure if you've seen it before. You can't exactly place it, but you assume it has some sort of properties. There's probably a reason why they made the bars out of this. It's a pale grayish, a pale blue, muted in color. Annie, you asked something for Lex?
Yes. So Lex is baby. Can they get out of the cuffs? Because they're like what are they? They're a urchin and they're a thief. So yeah.
You do not have a lockpick to get out of them.
Dislocate my thumbs. Are they?
I will let you dislocate your thumb, but you're on. You're on 1 HP, and HP. So HP in D&D is like a collection of factors that just kind of say, like the limit of your character's fortitude. You know, when you get stabbed with the sword, you might not be stabbed, you might block the sword, but you lose HP just kind of from like you're just running out of stamina to do stuff. So you're kind of at the limit of what you can take. I will let you dislocate your thumb to get out of this, but I will say it's going to be a Constitution saving throw on if Lex stays conscious through it.
Okay, actually,
I'll set it at DC 13.
I can't cast Cure Wounds on myself, can I?
No, your hands would be bound.
Yeah, you are unable to currently.
Can I see where our gear is?
Well, I mean, look, if I pass out, it's not the worst thing. I've survived worse. This will just be, like, death number 4, I guess.
Oh no.
Okay, so do I roll Constitution and Dex or just Constitution?
I'm giving you the dislocate. You can break your own thumb for free. I'm letting you
Okay,
dislocate
thanks.
your thumb for free. On whether you're able to stay up, that's the Constitution saving throw.
This is not a good idea.
No, it isn't.
Everybody, you're gonna hear
What was it?
crack.
Ow!
Lets you
I'm out, but I passed out.
you dislocate your thumb. You can remove one of your hands from the manacles. It hurts,
Nice.
but you kind of bite your bottom lip through it, and it reminds you of your time back in Beechwood Retreat. Good times, just like old times.
Good times.
So, can we see our gear? Where our gear would be?
You can roll me a perception check.
Nat 20.
No, you cannot see
Damn it!
your gear, but as you look, there is a path that each of these flaming skulls seems to be returning to. In the far distance, you can make out there is somebody standing near a stairwell, probably just around the wall that these skulls keep reporting to. If your gear was anywhere, maybe over there.
With the nat 20, can I discern the pattern of the skulls traveling?
Yeah, they go to the stairwell, they stop and turn. They remain there for a moment, hovering. You know what? I'll even give you, it looks like their mouths are moving slightly, and then they turn and keep patrolling.
Yeah, but can I determine the patrolling pattern? Is it like a set pattern, or...?
No, they're just making sure people aren't trying to, break the cells or get out. There doesn't seem to be any, Legion 1, take the left flank. Legion is just like, hey, you guys, let me know if anybody's, doing things we don't want them to do. There are 6 of these skulls in total over an area that's about 45 feet in width and diameter. Not diameter, width and length. So Lex, you've got your hand free. Is there anything you want to do? I'm assuming you're holding the manacle so it doesn't just drop to the ground.
Yeah, that makes too much noise. Can I reach through the bars and reach anyone else? Is it like a thing that I can do?
Walking closer to these bars, you can grab a hold of the bar and reach out, but you're not going to be able to reach into anyone's cell unless they were also free and could kind of reach across. Then maybe you guys could join hands.
Okay.
But that's going to be about the most you're able to do. And I would say you only have 2 seconds to do that before, one of the skulls is turning around down this path. You gotta get back to the center.
So could I? Okay, Trevin's fine. Trevin's free too. Okay.
Lex,
know.
as you scurry back to the center of your cell, give me a deception check. Or a stealth check to appear like you're still in your manacles. Fantastic! The skull rolled a 5. It floats by
Good work to me.
Just casually moving. Alright. Do you guys want to do anything else, or do you just want to kind of rest until they come to get you?
I'm gonna say. So, anyone have ideas? Everything I've come up with is just terrible.
I'm sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Would this count as a long rest? 3 hour naps?
No.
Yeah. I had to ask.
He's tried.
Man, imagine that each night. It's just like, honey, I'm gonna put the kids to bed, beats them to death, or near to death. Alright, you guys sleep
Ow.
well. I kid.
Good night.
Alright, you asked, anybody got ideas? Vash is going to say, my mission here, these individuals are an interesting group. They've gained a mastery of necrotic magic, or necromantic magic that we've yet to understand. They move through the afterlife, commanded and return to Ilderon through use of strange stones. They've stripped me of all my gear, but I was to retrieve one of those stones for my advisor. But if I could just get my hands on one, and in my own life, I could find my way back to Ilderon in a different place. She shrugs and says, I don't know if it would work for you all, but that's about all I've been able to come up with.
Brandon, quick question. Can I put two and two together and know what these skulls are?
What the skulls
I'm assuming
are?
I'm assuming they're demi-liches off the top of my head, but
You can roll me a nature or arcana check. You know, I'm not going to do it on nature. I'm going to say arcana. These are magically animated skulls. Normally, to identify monsters, it is a nature check. But most of the time, you're fighting monsters out in nature, where you're in environments and things that give you, like, clues. But,
yeah, I know. I'm not arguing, but damn it!
yeah. I mean, they're undead, so they make, Anaziah's
Wait.
fine.
Yeah, and I hate undead. Go on, give me advantage.
You are a scholar. I'll give it to you. Advantage. You've
Sweet.
researched undead. Go for it.
Wow, lucky you.
Wow.
15! It's enough, right?
Feels
Luckily,
extra bad.
these things are not super uncommon. You are going to identify this as a flame skull.
Oh, okay.
You have heard of these things. They are not Terrai. These are more traditional undead. The reason why Terrai are so strange is because they maintain their full sentience and somewhat of independence when they revive. These flame skulls are basically a different version of a zombie. They've listened to their master. They do what it commands. They're more intelligent, and they shoot magical flames everywhere. They've maintained echoes of their life, but they barely have a grasp or understanding of it.
Okay, can I put two and two together that their master is the person guarding the door?
If that's the conclusion you come to, you are allowed to make whatever conclusions you want.
Alright, and the other question is, would I know roughly how strong these flaming skulls are?
I would say Anaziah would probably know one of these things on its own. Probably not much of a fight at all. The problem is when you get lots of them together, they overwhelm very quickly. The other problem is when you get one of them behind someone with a shield, they become, near impossible to deal with.
Okay, I have a idea. It's a very bad one.
Hey,
I
as
love
we
it.
got us here, so I don't know why
I
we
love it.
stop it. Let's stop the train from rolling now.
Before I do this, what creatures would you say I've seen? What beasts? Big beasts.
That's for you to decide. You do come from a forest. Horses are native to Galkin. I would say probably the biggest thing you've seen would probably be a horse. It is a large creature, bigger than a bear. I mean, you've probably seen a bear too.
How about a grizzly bear? Would a grizzly bear work?
Yeah, I'll give you a grizzly bear. You
Okay.
have also seen bigger things. Unfortunately, they are monstrosities and constructs. They do roam the northern forests. They are creatures of stone that are pretty terrifying.
Alright. Here we go. Step 1. I'm going to use beast shape to turn...
Well, hold on. Before you do this, I just want to know if you're waiting until I wake up, or are you just going to do it while I'm still asleep?
I wouldn't want to risk it at this point, because I don't know how long we were asleep. I don't know how long we're going to be...
Cool.
So... Step 1, I wait till the flame skulls turn away. And then I turn into a fly.
Okay.
I try and fly out of the cage.
Okay, so this is druidic magic you're using,
Yes.
which has...
From what I can tell, it doesn't require verbal, somatic, or anything. I could just do it.
It does not. Let me check my rules for what I set for this magic. Or not for this magic, for this metal. Because this metal is the thing that the world uses against things like you. And it's very dangerous for Fae and Fae-like things.
Ooh, I didn't want to hear that.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah. Lex grabbed it, and nothing happened, and Trevin touched it, and it zapped him. You know what? You're fine. As you turn into a fly, you are able to shrink out of your manacles, and you are going to begin buzzing around. What do you want to do? Because, again, just like I told Lex, it's not very long.
I know, it's not very long.
These things turn the quarter, so, like, it's not even a
Step
6 second.
2?
It's like a 2-second thing. Go ahead.
Step 2, I'm flying straight for the guard at the stairs. And I'm going to fly up his nose. And then I'm going to turn into a grizzly bear.
Oh
Nice, nice.
Okay. So, as you
Chaos.
go after the guard, I've already rolled the check for the skull coming around the corner. It is going to sound the alarm as soon as it sees your cell is empty. It's going to go, "It's missing! Dre! It's missing! One has fled!" The other skulls begin chattering and spinning in circles. It is a 45-foot... you know what? No, I'll put you in the center of the room, and I'll say it's a 25-foot flight to... I'll say it's a 25-foot flight to the stairwell, and just being incredibly fair, you are a tiny creature, though. So where I would give you 30 feet of flight speed, I'm going to cut it in half to 15 feet. And you're going to have to take the dash action in order to get there.
Okay.
All of this is going to.
If I can't get there and do it, I would try and hide and not be noticed. And
Okay,
then,
well, I'm just letting you know what your
and then-
options are.
yeah,
There's
and then
going-
get into his nose when I have the chance to do that.
Okay, there's going to be one turn.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
going to be one turn of time of 6 seconds passing for you to do this. At which point, give me an initiative for who's acting when. Just go. I already rolled for these schools down here. Go ahead and just roll me a. All right. So, only one. And now, one skull rolled an 18. The next closest is a 17, which means I have to check their.
I have +2.
Well, I didn't add their initiative modifier to it.
Oh,
so
damn! All right.
if they have, most of the time undead don't because they're lumbering and slow. So E, F, G, but these things are fine. E, F. Here we go. They have +3. Alright. So 2 of them are going to beat you. For initiative.
Alright, I need to hope to not be seen.
Yes. So if you... okay. Alright, so one of them is going to, spot you. And it is going to turn and say, "Creatures can't inhabit these lands!" It opens its mouth, and... I mean, there's no reason for it to shoot a fire ray. It is going to open its mouth, and 3 missiles of fire are going to launch at Inaziah. Inaziah, as you dodge, weave, and duck and try and get out of the way of these flaming missiles seem to be heat guided as they collide with your form.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna roll the first one. D flies you. The second one turns. The second one's gonna knock you unconscious, and the third one, unfortunately, is gonna give you 2 failed death saving throws.
Ouch.
That puts me at 3.
Yeah, Inaziah is going to fall.
No, that puts you at 2 because I healed you, which resets them.
No.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't.
It's a full rest that resets them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At which point, the guard is going to walk around, and see Inaziah's body. Let's roll a percentage die. She is a necromancer. But she's gonna touch Inaziah's neck. Say, "Shame." And she'll look up at everybody else and say, "I hope that lets all of you know. Just wait your time and you could have spent the rest of your lives in the dark water." At which point, she is going to pick up Inaziah's corpse, sling his hand over her shoulder, and carry him up the stairs. The skulls go back to patrolling.
Well, any other bright ideas?
Okay, so... Is he alive?
Say that again?
Is he still alive?
Inaziah's body was not moving. That last magic missile, looked pretty impactful.
Shame. Okay. When's okay? So skeletons. They're coherent enough to like listen and see and understand things, right? Even though they like can't do anything on their own.
These flaming skulls, they have flickers of intelligence. They do.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to see if I could
Say that again.
like into giving me the keys, or like forgetting that I exist for like 3 minutes so I can do whatever I want. But I don't know.
Okay. What are you trying to say or do to it?
Maybe I would try like charm person and basically just I don't know why I'm in here. Could you let me out, please? Like literally, you're not very smart and I'm not very good.
Okay. Your magic seems to brush off of this thing, and it is going to twirl around in front of your cage, um, chuckling and
Don't like
chattering
that.
its teeth, and it is going to say, "Foolish mortal, I am Let's go with Esserin the Great. Your magics have no effect on me. You cannot charm one as powerful as me. I
How
listen
close
only
is
to
he?
my master's call. I mean, he's probably dancing, maybe a foot outside of your or outside of your cell, talking to you. It's gonna say, "You
Do
will
I?
await the master's judgment." Say that again.
Do I have any weapons on me? Because like we were dragged in, and I know that I don't have my bag, but I have like my dagger like on me.
Didn't I give you a special dagger that was super easy to conceal?
I think
I'm
you did. I don't know.
I'm
Probably.
pretty sure, and I think it has a special check to conceal. Let me look at your character sheet.
Yeah, I don't actually. No, I don't see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
small
there it is. Yeah.
small knife is what you've got on there. Um,
Cool, cool, cool.
I will roll.
So
I will roll a check for the people who frisk you. I'm gonna say that that knife is a DC 17 to find, and I will roll a check for the people who took off your items. Lex, as you pat around for wherever you keep that weapon, you are going to be able to feel that dagger. And I would like to say I'm pretty sure the lady who gave it to you was the Silver Sigil agent in Beechwood Retreat who is afraid of you getting kidnapped and abducted. And
probably I have a history of that.
but yes, it is there.
Okay. Is the skeleton wearing any clothes? Like,
It is not a skeleton. It is literally just a floating skull that is on fire.
Okay, the underside of their jaws are empty, aren't they?
Yes.
Cool. He's like at 1 foot away. I'm going to, uh, I'm gonna like reach out and like, I don't know, can I do that as like a cunning action or whatever?
You're gonna reach out and attack it.
I'm gonna reach out and pull him into the bars and pull out my small knife with my other hand.
Okay. give me a grapple check.
Cool.
It's going to be an athletics check
wait,
contested by his athletics. So just roll me
no.
just roll me an athletics check.
Oh wait, actually that's not too bad.
Yeah, he is busy laughing at you, and as he is going on his monologue, you are able to grab the skull and pin it close to the bars. Lex, again, I'm gonna give you an initiative count before he starts chattering and trying to alert someone. So go ahead and roll me an initiative, and if you move before him, you have the opportunity to influence him. So you have caught him by surprise. You guys are in initiative right now, and he is like struggling against these bars to turn his head and shout, which he will do at the end or after your turn in initiative. You have a few seconds. What do you want to do?
I'm going to. I don't know what would work. He's only ahead. He probably doesn't have keys to let me go, right? He's not useful.
Yeah, only one of these 6 have keys. I'll roll you a percentage die if you're lucky enough to. There are keys on the back of his head.
What?
Nice. Okay, I'm going to. I kind of want to try to intimidate him, but it's probably better if I just charm person.
Lex,
Jeez, I don't know.
you're in a high intense area, so I'm gonna put you on a timer. After this, I will give you an intelligence check, or I will give you an Arcana check as a bonus action if you want to take it.
Might as well do an Arcana check. Yeah. I'm gonna do an Arcana check then, I guess.
You cast a charm spell on him earlier, and
Oh, I
it had
remember.
0 effect.
I forgot. Okay.
Either this thing
I'm gonna
being
take
undead, or it's immune to charm.
I can either heat metal and burn its face, or I can use a small knife and see if I can bash its skull, right? Like the top of it? Or is the top of it on fire?
I mean, yeah, it is all fire. I don't think you... Do you take fire damage from holding this thing? You do not. Okay, yeah, it is all on fire.
I did not, because I...
No, you don't take, fire from holding it. They're spectral flames. But, yeah, set the flaming skull on fire, or hit it with the dagger. One of these options is very good. One of these options I don't recommend, but the choice is yours.
Actually...
Come on, Brandon.
He's already... Wait, he's already against the bars. Can I just, like, twist his little head, reach around, and get the keys? Skulls are not that big.
Give me a sleight of hand check. You're turning him around, and you're trying to grab the key before he flies off. You've only got one free hand.
I got that one.
At which point you are just barely going to miss, and he is going to say, "Another is awake! She's trying to escape! Her hands are free! Help!" He turns and flies down the hallway, and 4 of these skulls are going to come to your bar. Their eyes alight with red fire as they prepare to cast spells. They're not going to shoot you, but they're going to say, "Wait until the master's judgment," they all say in unison.
Ouchie, how scary.
I mean, you can still move in initiative order, but your opponent's fled, so...
Yeah, very important note. Oh, okay, so I have heat metal. Could I just break the bars? I feel kind of dumb. I'm like, hurt people, but I could... Wait, let me see. Let me check.
Oh, Lex, earlier you couldn't cast your charm person. You don't have your you don't have your arcane focus. Or wait, you don't need you don't need your focus for your cantrips. But I think you do need it for heat metal because it takes a piece of phosphorus.
Oh, yeah, and I don't have it. What a shame. Okay.
Yeah, heat metal takes a piece of iron and a flame. Well...
Yeah. I should have just bashed his brain. Like, that would... I'm so... Jesus.
She's got the flame.
Yeah, I was about to say. You had the flame for a second, and you did have cold iron.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll cold iron, though it's not gonna work for this. Well, the manacles.
Yeah.
Are the manacles iron or steel? It is a 80% chance that they're iron. 76, they are iron. I will rule
cool.
if you grab one of these skulls, again, you can cast heat metal with your hand on the iron or on the manacles and on the skulls. However, if you do that, you're probably going to get Inaziad.
Well, I mean, my character died before. I mean...
One by one, like flies.
You know what? Yeah.
Whole new party. This is awesome. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got a character that I've been wanting to try out, but like... No, there's not much that I can do. I'm just gonna sit down and wait for them to go away. There's nothing much that I can do. Like, I can grab them, but I'm surrounded by too many people. And I have, like, one hit point.
The flames are going to... Or rather, the skulls are going to stay there for a little while until things seem like they're settled down. And one's going to say, if we had hands, we'd put you back in your manacles. But for now, stay put. They eventually drift off. The woman eventually is going to come back downstairs talking to the skull, and she's going to say, well, good news. You've all moved up the time of your condemnation. Each one of you seems to be eager to be free of your bondage on this plane, and, well, I don't blame you. Come on! At which point she's going to take the ring of keys off of... she's going to take the ring of keys off the skull and put the key in its mouth. The skull is going to travel to each cell, unlocking the cells, and after a few moments, she will travel into each person's cell, unfastening their manacles from the chains of their manacles from the bar in the ground, and telling you to stand outside the cell. If nobody fights her after what remains of the party, Azure, Inaziah, Lex, Aurora, Zachnil, and Vass are each put out of... Vass being the woman that was down there, are each pulled out of your cells. You guys are led in a line up the stairwell, the woman leading the procession, the skulls following you all.
Wake me up.
Oh, yeah. They would notice Trevor's a small creature. They would notice Trevor.
No, he's about the size of a halfling.
Yeah. And halflings are small creatures, so they would notice Trevor down and, the puddle on the ground, and they would undo his manacles, put it back on him, and are they willing to carry Trevor? Not really. Trevor, you would be forcibly woken up
Okay.
This is an action they're using to wake you. And the way that this is going to work, you are at 0 hit points. Anything extraneous is going to cause you to fall back unconscious. You will still regain your 1 hit point in 3 more hours, or I'll say 2 more hours. And then, at that point you'll be able to function like normal. But I like how I kind of imagine this is, you're kind of at the back of a row of chains and being told to keep up, and it's like hard at this point. Anything more than just, walking at a slow pace is a lot for you.
Okay.
But you are awake. As you are told to get in the row with the rest of the prisoners, you look around and there is one less prisoner than was originally down here. You no longer see Anaziah.
I look around and I'm like, where's my friend?
As she's making sure everybody in line has their manacles on, starts leading them out. She's going to say, tried to make a run for it. Didn't get past the 3rd bolt of fire. He's upstairs.
Oh. Okay, good to know. Now, as they're walking us away, are they like in front of and behind us?
The woman is in front of you. The skulls are following you guys.
The skulls are following us. Okay.
They're going to lead you up out of the dungeons, through the different chambers, and finally into what appears to be a large feast hall. In the in this feast hall, there is a there's a long table running through the middle of it. This table itself is about 20 feet long, and there is a stage at the front of the room, an elevated platform where you'd expect like a throne to be. Rather than a throne, on this stage there is a well of water. Occasionally it bubbles, but you can see that dark fog that Eondis summoned on the shores ever so often coalesce as a cloud above this, puffs down, and then pours over the side. The well itself is pretty massive for the standards of a well, I suppose. Easily the size of like a watering trough, or something of a similar nature and width. Otherwise, standing on the stage, there are 2 women there, and there are 4 more in the back of the room, near a doorway, wearing cloaks. On the side of the stage in front of it, seated in a chair, is Anaziah. His body is tied to the chair, and it does not appear to be moving. Alright. Let's get some imagery flowing here. As each of you are brought forward, the jailer is going to look at you guys and say, "Kneel. In front of you is the Shepherd of the Lost, Ayandel herself, and at her side, Lady Nymira." At the introductions, the 2 women are going to nod. Nymira speaks up and says, "You all were told to kneel." At which point, Vash is going to kneel. Azure, again, 2 souls. Evens, Tidethel, odds. Man, Tidethel is running this ship.
Ouch.
Azure,
I didn't want to be the only one who didn't kneel.
Azure is going to spit, and the jailer is going to kick his knees, buckling them, and she'll make an athletics check against him. He maintains his posture as she kicks out his knees, keeping himself standing. She crunches a fist and is going to bring it across the back of his head. He collapses. She's going to say, "Any more rebels amongst you?"
Trevin just flies up a little bit, like a foot. It says, "I kneel only for Ranulf."
She's going to move behind you. Same gesture, and Ayandel is going to hold up her hand and say, "Please, this is so senseless. What a waste. One of you have already died."
You are not my god. You are not. I know not who you are. So I will kneel for
raise
no one but
a
my god.
hand, again, signaling for you to stop, and she's going to say, "Look, this can be very simple.
You can let us go. Plain and simple.
Upon which I will do. However, Vash..."
I will.
She looks at the woman in your ranks, and she's going to look at herself and points. Ayandel gestures for her to come forward. The jailer grabs her by the shoulder, and she does. She says, "You have nothing to offer me, and you betrayed my trust. Upon which I condemn you to the dark water." The woman's going to say, "No, please, Ayandel puts her face over her hand, or puts her hand over her face, and pushes her back towards the well. The woman fights, but the water seems to form limbs, grabbing her and pulling her into the well. Her cries are muffled before she is eventually completely submerged in it, the room going silent.
Yeah, I'm gonna kneel on that note.
I'm gonna kneel as well. I don't have the time.
At which point she's going to say, I see. We have some who are willing to listen to reason. The rest of you, at the table." The jailer is going to look over at you guys. The long table behind you, there are seats at it. Can the skulls pull out these seats? What is their strength score? Would they even help you guys? No, the cloak figures in the back are going to go and grab a seat for each of you. And Isaiah is already at his has his own. Coming and sitting at the head of the table, one of the figures is going to pull out a chair for Yandel. Lady Nymira stands behind her. Oh, there was one other thing I needed to do. Before leaving the well, Ayanda walks to the table, grabs 2 chalices off of it, and she is going to submerge the chalices in the water, scooping some of the water into each of the chalices. Arriving back at the table, she sits. She places a chalice in front of Aurora and a chalice in front of Lex, and she turns her hand over. and says, gift, a gesture of goodwill for the harsh treatment you've faced since you've been here. Now, all of you, you, Zachnel, I am very hurt that you would try and rob from a circle that was willing to welcome you. Upon which, I leave the judgment to that circle. You'll be saved the fate of the Dark Waters. She turns and looks to the party and says, the rest of you, you've seen worlds beyond. You are not who I expected, but you did come from Kainamaji, and I was eager to hear tales of that realm. I've known only one other to visit the plane before. Simply share with me what you know, and I'll allow all of you to leave this place. I think that's a well enough deal. Okay, seeing as none of you are...
Trevin doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
Seeing as none of you are eager to talk, no, I can drag this information from the corpse of your dead friend there. I would just like... I can drag this information from the corpse of your friend there. It's just that sometimes they can be so unruly.
What do you want to know exactly?
The stars, could you see them while you were there?
No. Not that I can remember.
I will allow you to keep that statement on 2 conditions. Roll me a history check for if you do actually remember, and then if you do remember, that's going to be a deception check.
Oh, no. I genuinely don't remember. And I would think, honestly, in character, Lex would not remember because they were kind of busy staring at what they thought was a god. And also the fact that, like, ooh, water, and ooh, I just died, question mark, third time, question mark. So, yeah. Lex was not lying. Lex just genuinely does not remember.
I won't make you roll a deception check on that. However, Yandel is going to narrow in and lean forward, elbows on the table, and say, darling, I'm going to need you to try a little harder to remember.
Sheesh. Uh-oh.
You roll me a history check if you want to search your mind. Otherwise, what's up?
Might as well. You know what? I am gonna do a history check for my character.
Okay.
She's gonna be like,
Go ahead and roll me
I'm gonna try
check. Joel, you asked a question.
Is there, like, food and drink on this table?
Man, they were originally preparing for a feast, but I feel like they would have stopped halfway through when you guys arrived.
Escaping.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the table to eat?
There's chalices and things here and like silverware where food would be prepared, but all that's here is basically the appetizers. Like there would probably be some sort of fancy bread dishes with like different herbs and stuff cut and laid over them.
And we are still wearing the manacles, I take?
Yes.
So I lift my manacles up and point at these appetizers and ask, may I?
Ayandel is going to gesture to them, saying, not saying anything, but gesturing, go ahead.
I begin to eat.
At which point, Lex, you search your mind.
I remember.
You remember that cosmic plane. It was a vast, infinite expanse where, yes, there were stars everywhere in every direction around you. Down below, up above, east, west, if you could make those out. It even looked like you guys walked to one on that weird bridge that those servants conjured.
Yes. We saw a lot of stars.
And there was no barrier between you and them.
We were surrounded by them. We couldn't. There wasn't a floor that I remember. It was just.
Nymira is going to look to Ayandel. She's going to say, it might have worked. Could be another way into Ilderon. Ayandel is going to smile and say, huh. Well, you might have saved us from condemning a whole nother city just to run more of our experiments. And she's going to say, and finding your way back here, how did you do it? How did you get out of Kaimanaji?
Oh, wait. Okay, out of character. What was the god's name again, or the angel's name? I should have written this down.
It was Alevion.
Alevion. Okay, so
yeah,
Lex is just gonna say that.
Closer to like a demigod.
Yeah, we didn't get out on our own. Alevion made us leave. She doesn't like mortals in her space.
Levion, the tender of the oasis?
Yes.
That could be an issue. She's going to bite her lip and say, when you arrived, what type of people were there? Who was guarding the oasis?
This is out of character. I just want to say Annie's losing brain cells. I don't even remember this, so.
I can give it to you, Annie. If you're gonna tell her, I can give it to you on that same 19 history check.
I think Annie's frozen.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. If anybody else wants to speak up, they've.
Well, the only person.
Okay.
Well, I mean.
Oh
Aurora
yeah,
and
Trevin wasn't there.
No,
and Isaiah's dead, and Aurora's the other person.
And
Aurora's quiet.
Like Rob was saying that Azure basically doesn't remember anything.
Yeah. So.
I will attempt.
Okay, you can give me a history check if you don't remember stuff. And you want me as a dungeon master to player to tell you things, but otherwise go for it.
Please. I'll just roll that history check if I can find it. Hold on.
Okay.
I got it.
You are going to remember when you emerged and Kainamaji, you were in that weird kind of spiritual spring, and there were the two tenders that were not tenders, there were the two servants tending to it, and they were those weird celestial moth people. They didn't seem at all like guards. They seemed more like workers, as they did attack the lady who came through after you guys, but weren't able to really fight her off well. They seemed rather surprised that anybody at all came through.
Okay. So, Aurora's gonna say, hey, there are guards, exactly. There's caregivers, but it's not well guarded. Say, he arrived at a spring.
How many?
About 2. When I can remember.
Nymira is going to tap her hand against the table and say, that's doable, Ayandel. And she's going to say, I know this. She's going to exhale and say, no, today you've saved a great many lives. With that knowledge, your heart should be warmed.
And just out of the blue, Trevin says, "We saved many lives, but yet you just took so many more. Experimenting?"
She's going to brush a hand and say, Dagger Gully, everybody there got a fate that they deserved.
No one deserves death. Oh yeah, this character is the exact opposite of my last one, just so you guys know.
She's going to say,
Nice.
we recruited extensively on the continent. Everybody who wanted to avoid such a fate was given an ample opportunity. Those who remained in that wretched city, she shakes her head, don't shed tears for them. It's only a waste of your time, and you...
And Trevin,
you have such short time.
As she's speaking, Trevin just gobsmacked, stretches his arms out to everyone on the table and says, "You killed all of these people. They are trying to preserve the balance of this world, and you just killed them outright."
And she's going to say, well, consider this an undoing of such a wrong.
Oh, no. That's bullshit. You're just...
God.
Oh, yeah, no. You're just trying to wave your hand off like you're innocent. You killed so many people. How many of those people in Dagger Gully were there not of their own free will? How many slaves did you kill?
Lifting my hands up, I show my manacles. You said, speaking of undoing, could we, these are a bit barbaric, I think.
Oh yeah, and as he does that, as you do that, Trevin just like slips out of the manacles.
Alright. So, bold move. Emotional appeal with a Yandel. Roll me a persuasion check.
That's for me.
No, this isn't for... This is for Trevin.
This is gonna go
will
well.
come to I will come to Zachnel in a second.
This is gonna go very well with a 10. Yes!
Yandel is going to look you over and say, a plea for the lives of Sarai. Oh, that is grand. Sarai die every day. Please don't get attached to them. You'll have a very sad life.
So do you.
At which point, she is going to... Well, let's roll one more check. What is her knowledge on this situation? She's going to say, Trevin? Or not Trevin, Zachnel? No. That, your mother will remain in our care. She's doing important work with us and Alonagai, currently. But, she gestures to the manacles upon which, one of the cloak figures is going to, come and remove them. You are exiled from these shores and shall no longer have the shelter of my protection. Your fate with the Shadow Knights is your own. I want you, by sunrise, to be gone from my lands, and should I ever see you back in these waters, you will be condemned to the Dark Waters.
Well, will I have quarters for the night?
Quarters for the night. Quarters for the night. You see her considering it as she thinks this is a joke. But there's always kind of that moment after a joke where, like, you know, the person cracks a smile or something of, like, if they're serious or not, or, you know, if they're making a joke that kind of cues the other person to laugh. Add me a little bit more and you can make a persuasion check to try and get them. But, like, it's kind of like you guys are kind of on a awkward social friction right now.
I do understand that I'm being exiled, but I have been in a prison for what seems like a lifetime, and I'll be honest, my back is a little shot after being sitting in water for what seems forever. So I think a bed for one night would be, a little fun.
Give me a persuasion check.
You're doing so much better.
This is really nice.
Yeah. Get us some pointers, huh?
She'll say, a bed for a thief. You're lucky I don't throw you to the wolves. But I just wouldn't be gracious if I did. Never say that my mercy is not abundant. She whispers to one of the figures and says, prepare quarters for them. The woman is going to nod.
I curtsy to the lady.
At which point, she's... Oh, God. What does she think about Inaziah? I don't think she really... She does not care about Inaziah.
That isn't Zach. Try. He tried, but nobody else would.
Yeah, at which point she's going to say, Lex and Aurora, you have been offered a cup of the quote unquote dark waters. Do you drink it?
Oh, no.
Sometimes I want to send, but also, like, at the same time, I don't know. What do you think?
I just...
Can I whisper to them?
Yeah, you can. Give me a stealth check. It doesn't really matter though. That's just gonna be... Okay, yeah. You're gonna be able to whisper to your intended targets, and it's gonna be hard for other people to hear.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
But also chaotic. I have like a little bit, not the whole thing.
You sip it? Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Do it.
Aurora's going to the tiniest of tiniest sips. Just not to be rude.
Zacno size.
Aurora, as you sip this, you are going to feel something inside of you, like that bottom part of your stomach, something just grip it. And the back reaches of your mind, you just kind of feel your mind trailing downwards and downwards through the ocean, through the sea, just into a darkness, and then into light, and then into almost what appears to be space itself. You travel this way for, it's only a quick sip, but you travel this way for what seems to be hours before you kind of realize that you're still sitting in the chair, and you put the chalice down. Your mind has been expanded. You can increase your intelligence or charisma by 1 point. You have been touched by the dark waters. At which point, Nymira and Ayandel, Ayandel's going to stand up and say, any preparations you need? This is perfect. She pauses, and she's going to say, I just killed that traitor sent by the Silver Sigil, but you all were in Dagger Gully. I will send you back with your friend's head to the clutch, and I need you to deliver it to the shield hand. I will give you words of warning to give to her. Tell her to stay out of my affairs. And the next time it won't. Tell her to stay out of my affairs, or the next time it might be her city. With that, I'll let you retire for the evening, and I'll see to it you have accommodations to leave my shores and never return to this place. Again, you've done me a great service, and I hope that your lives are of equal worth to you. She nods, and she turns and leaves. Nymira is going to turn and follow her. The jailer is going to say, I was hoping to watch her shove each of you into... I was hoping to watch each of her shove you into the basin herself. Unfortunate.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, hope you have fun on watch tomorrow.
She's going to look at Inaziah's corpse and say, you want me to bag this head for you, or you want to do it yourselves?
Yeah, that's your guys' friend, not mine.
Like the whole thing.
I only knew him for like a year ago. So
He killed
I
your
don't
boss,
really care.
and yeah.
Only one
Trevin,
person
you
that
said
could-
take the whole thing?
We'd like the whole thing, yeah. But I don't have any way of bringing him back from dead, so...
Alright. If you like the whole thing, well... She's...
be time carrying it back. Huh?
Yeah, she's going to say, such magics exist. And... How... I need to roll a percentage die for how haughty this guard is.
Do we get our gear back?
Wow.
You're asking her that?
We haven't gotten it back yet.
You have not gotten it back.
Yeah.
You're asking her that? She's...
I'd like it.
Yeah.
It looked like she's about to say something else, but when you ask that, she's gonna say, fine. I'll see it delivered to your rooms later tonight.
Thank you.
She's going to say, don't thank me. Remain in your quarters and bless Ayandel's mercy.
Mercy of a mass murderer. Got it.
Nice.
There's worse.
Yeah. I mean, at which point, only Aurora has the expanded insight to understand stuff. She's gonna say, only one of your ranks would even understand. She shakes her head, and is going to whistle. The flaming skulls begin to follow her again as she leaves the room. The servants are going to bow and say, we'll show you to the quarters. At which point, gosh. I mean, this is a seaside palace, so I guess they do have quarters, but they are not used to guests. You guys are... I'm gonna roll a percentage die of how well of accommodations you guys are given. And then that will tell me... okay. And I will give you guys... They're going to give you one room. Ayandel's Mercy is ironically funny. Zachnil asked for a bed. There is a bed in here. And 4 cots.
Dang.
Yeah, so I'm going with rock, paper, scissors on that, yeah?
No, y'all can have it. And I just kind of float there, stretched out. So did we get all of Anaziah or just Anaziah's head?
I mean, after you guys are led
Good
up
question.
to this room, I mean, a few moments later, they are going to say, "Don't forget your package," and they literally throw Inazaya's corpse into the room. It falls to the ground.
Like with nothing?
Wait, okay, so he's not
Like-
dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. He has failed 3 death saving throws.
That is.
You guys have been told
That's so
to
gross.
deliver his body to the shield hand.
Mm.
Oh.
Which is funny because in my notes, Yandel, this is the funny organic piece of how stories go. Yandel was going to let all of you go except one person. One person would have to die and be a message back to the shield hand, but one person already did die. So that dilemma solved. Anyways, yes, you guys are given a relative amount of privacy. No guards are posted in your room, but as if you guys
Assume
try
that
and
there was
leave,
guards on the outside.
yes, you guys can hear voices ever so often talking outside, opening the door. They turn and say, "Remain in your quarters."
Okay.
Can I peek out the door?
Yeah, you can peek out. They're not going to slam the door in your face, but they're definitely not going to let you leave. Unlike the cloaked servants below, these I will roll a d6 of how many. I'll roll 2d6 of how many there are. These 4 are armed. I'm not going to give them unique descriptions. You can assume some sort of elven battle mage. They are probably...
So they're standing right outside the door, yeah?
Yeah, 2 outside the door, 2, on the other side of the hallway.
Can I crack the door and go for a pickpocket on the one right there?
You are playing some risky business. Yes, you can, but they are standing watch, so this is a very easy way to land back in jail.
Please. Please.
Okay.
Bring us our gear.
Yeah,
when
I hope
they
we get
toss
there.
Inazaya's corpse into the room, they're going to toss your guys' satchels and other things. Well, no, they probably wouldn't toss those. The servants would be nice enough to bring them in. They've probably been put in a chest and sorted. From them, you guys are able to grab your various items.
I get all my stuff, and I ask anybody if they have 2 copper pieces.
And for what do you desire?
You'll see in about 11 minutes.
I guess.
I take the 2 copper pieces, I put 1 on each eye of Anazaya, and I begin to ritually cast Gentle Repose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
If anybody had like a special spell so that way he wasn't all.
Mm.
I'm gonna go for that pickpocket.
Okay, go ahead and give it to me.
You want a sleight of hand roll?
Yep, sleight of hand. All right. As you let me order these. You know what? I think the best way to do this is just roll, because I already rolled what the guards' perception checks are, but I just kind of have them as random numbers in front of me, and I'm going to determine which one is, because there is a nat 20 in front of me, unfortunately. So the third furthest from the door, the second furthest from the door. The one in front of the door is chatting with the guard next to the door. She turns her head as she is saying something to her, and sees you reaching down into her pocket, at which point she's going to grab your hand And I'll roll for how merciful she's feeling.
Can I talk my way out of this one?
Yes, roll me initiative. Her hand goes for her sword as she has a hand on your hand. She rolled a 19! Okay, you have 1 moment to speak before she cuts off your hand. What do you want to say or do? This is happening in a flash. She's grabbed your hand on her sword. You look up and you can say something quickly. 25 words or less.
How much time do I have to think?
Normally I say 1 minute for combat, since everybody else is kind of waiting on us. But I will be gracious and I'll give you 2. Well, I give you time to think. Everybody else, what a stressful session.
No, this has been amazing. I love
This
this
is
kind of
great,
stuff.
honestly. This has been really fun.
The person I feel the worst for is totally No Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of he took him for the team.
It was a good
just went out.
idea, but poor execution.
Ouch.
And those skulls.
I'm trying to
magic
save you, buddy.
missile, which
I'm
is
really
just like,
trying to save
Hey,
you.
hold on. More bad RNG rather than execution.
fair.
Yeah,
fair.
exactly. That's why I'm trying to save you.
And
Yeah.
if they'd knocked you out with anything other than magic missiles, the guard probably would have stabilized you. But magic missiles is 3 sources of
Yep,
damage.
I know. No,
Just
like I'm
the
fine
fly, the human form, and the death saving throws.
with it. Now, I do have to know if it had worked and the guard's head just blew up and there's a bear.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah. But wait, I have a question.
Would the skulls have just kind of faded away because that was a necromancer, or?
We can talk about that
Actually,
after
yeah.
the session. Panda, you had a question?
So, if somehow, miraculously, we save Anaziah, would we have to sneak him out? Or could we just, peace, go away?
Oh no, he's coming with us as a warning to the Shield Hand.
Yeah.
Who,
Yeah.
just so you know, the majority of our original group did not like.
Yeah. I was, at least in Lex's mind, she was like strong-armed into being into the sigil. Like, yeah, I was like, oh my god, if he can find me, other people can find me. I might as well make him happy and go with him.
All right. Joel, how you doing?
I got something, I guess.
All right. What do you want to say? And I'm assuming it's a persuasion check.
It is.
Okay. What are you saying?
So I say, before you swing that sword, I'll be leaving tomorrow, and removing my hand does you no good, and it clearly does me no good. I will shut this door, and you will never see my face again.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, thank
I modify the DCs of persuasion checks based on, the things and information you guys say. But at that, she's going to say, make sure the rest of your friends act in line too.
And that I
She
will
throws
do.
your hand down and removes her hand from her sword.
I slowly shut the door.
All right. Otherwise, inside
Does
of the
the
room,
door slowly creak shut too? Just like the slow winding.
All right. Do you guys want to talk or do anything else tonight, or I can just time skip you forward to the 38th of Noble?
Can I look around the room and see if there's anything of interest in there?
This room didn't look like it was in use before you guys came here. The cots were set up by the servants. There is furniture. It's packed on the other side of the room. It is dusty in cobwebs. Blanket over the top of it. You can look through it. Drawers empty, but nothing really of use you can take. You've never seen wood like this. I mean, maybe if you break down some of the pieces and put them into your backpack, the wood might be worth something. But otherwise, that's about all that's in this room. The bed, the furniture is all stacked on a side of the room under, a blanket, or under a cloth.
Oh, let's see.
And then the cots.
So for the bed, I'm down to rock, paper, scissors, and I am also down to share.
Take you up on that rock, paper, scissors, though. We won't be sharing a bed with you by any means, no. I'll generally rock, paper, scissors with you, Joel.
I think
Or
you
just
guys
do a
can
roll?
just... Yeah, you guys can either just roll a d20 and higher gets it, or you can each message me what you choose, and then like,
All right,
you guys who
I'll
wins.
message you.
Hey,
when-
can I vote that
Okay.
Anaziah gets the bed?
No.
Anaziah's...
Anaziah is on the
actually-
floor. Anaziah's on the floor
What?
with 2 coins taped over his eyes, or bound over his
Yeah.
eyes, so that he stays alive,
Yeah.
or stays not super dead.
All right, Panda, send me what you're choosing.
Alright.
Wait, for were we gonna sleep or what?
All right, so yeah, you guys are about to sleep. Zachnil and I never showed Zachnil's portrait to everyone on stream because there is one. There we go. Zachnil and Aurora, you rock, paper, scissors. Aurora throws scissors. Zachnil throws rock. Zachnil has a comfy bed for his aching back for the night.
You know,
Feels extra
I just have to
bad.
say, I have never seen a voice fit a picture better in my life.
Exactly.
I know, right? I saw the picture and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
All right. Everybody, you are able to rest for the night. I do have to roll for night terrors. Not here, flying overhead. And if you guys hear any screeches. For the most part, the spooky sounds in Ayandalori are pretty quiet tonight. You guys are able to get a somewhat restful evening. The thoughts of your lost companion heavy on your mind. The things and places you've been to. What's your fate in the future of Ilderon. All of those things are... it could possibly disturb your slumber, but for the most part, before dawn, you are woken up. There is a... It would be Breath. I don't have her portrait in this group, but I will get it in the future. There is a woman, an elven woman. She's got incredibly pale skin, and it is... every inch of it is covered with a different scar. She is going to step into your room, and she has a book in her hands that she is holding. That she is holding at her waist in front of her. She says, "The shepherd has instructed me to take you to wherever you wish. I am skilled in the arcane arts, and I can transport you there. Simply name a place, and I can deliver you there."
But would she be able to deliver us to the coven?
Not inside, but to the island that it's on, yes. Do you ask her that?
No, that's what I'm.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically,
As player knowledge, you guys know you have that contingency outpost that all people trying to get into the Mave teleport to. She cannot teleport into the Mave. She would teleport you guys to the city.
Okay. So I bring that up. I say, should we go to the sigil, or I believe Kayeth could help us out.
Well, I like you bunch, so you're quite a little riot, if you don't mind me sticking with you for a little while.
Hey, any enemy of these people is a friend of ours.
Yeah, they're a bit of shite, aren't they?
The woman in front of you is going to have to say, "You barely got away with your lives this time. I would advise you not to invoke the shepherd's wrath."
I just put my hand up and shush her.
Fourth time.
She exhales.
Fourth time. I'll be fine.
No. Trevin is not having none of this. He only bows to one god, and these people are definitely not.
Sarah, I'd be like, "I'm gonna live forever."
Lex is a human, but sure does not look it. Like.
She's going to say, "I have matters to attend to in the Tide Gate today, so if we could be about your business."
So, when she says that, Trevin just sits down on the floor, cross-legged, with his arms in it, like crosses his arms like a 5-year-old holding his breath.
Attempt to pickpocket? I'm just kidding.
Trevin is doing everything he can to annoy this woman.
Well, Trevin, I do understand your feud with these people, but I do say we get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm. Where are we going?
Wherever it is you desire.
So yeah, we tell him, is everybody okay with going to the Maven? Since that's where we were trying to run away to when, before we got captured.
I don't hear anyone saying no, so we're gonna roll with that. Oh, go ahead, Panda.
I don't know. Like I don't even know where we're going in the first.
It's a safe place where you don't have to deal. You don't have to deal with what happened in Dagger Gully, and don't have to deal with these people.
But you don't know what happened in Dagger Gully.
Exactly.
I mean, Trevin has an idea of what happened in Dagger Gully.
Yes.
Especially with what we've been referencing.
Yeah.
Can I roll to whisper?
Say that one more time for me, Joel. I didn't catch it.
Can I whisper?
Yeah.
Then I whisper to Trevin, at least it's away from these crazy ladies, am I right?
Yes, very much so. So the Maven it is, but what was the town that's outside the Maven?
It is the city of Coven.
Yeah.
So she will tell everybody, all right, join hands, and I just need a roll for on her teleportation chart. Pretty sure she's on target. If everybody joins hands and everybody is willing, you feel yourselves ripped into ethereal space, your world twisting, and before you reappearing. Before you reappearing on the island of Coven. I'm going to say you guys land well outside the city walls. She is off target by a little bit. close enough that it is just going to be a decent little hike up the hill and cliffside into the city proper, and you guys will be able to return to the Galena Mave. At that, as soon as she teleports
As
you all
we-
here,
As we teleport and we land,
Mhm.
I didn't actually change them all. I'm going to do that in a minute. All my spells, I'm going to use sending, and I'm going to send a message to Kaiath saying that we need help, that Anaziah is no longer among the living,
okay.
and that we are outside of Coven.
At which point, Breath will bow and say, "Let us hope our paths never cross again. Do not invoke the Watcher's Fury."
Oh,
She-
I wink at her.
Opens her spellbook, casts another spell, and she's
He's saying,
gone.
don't evoke the Watcher's Fury. I just dismiss her with a wave of the hand, like, get out of here.
That's
Okay.
great.
At which point, you guys can hike back up into the city. Kaiath will say, "Oof, I am glad." He's going to respond, "I'm glad I got out of the field. I'll see what I can do."
Yeah, because Kaiath would have been the first one to die.
Yeah, because he had low health. He was lower than me, and I was like, oh, what
No,
a shame.
he didn't
Kaiath
have
would have
full health.
insta-died. He would have insta-died at the first attack.
If
He didn't
Yeah,
have
he
low
would have
health,
just been
he
like,
had
bye
no
bye.
if you
He
guys,
probably would have died during, like, you know how I fell into the water and, like,
Oh,
conked
no.
out? He would have just been, bye bye. That's it.
oh wait, Azure is here too. Azure is here too. I forgot. He did get knocked unconscious for the role play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh my
he would
God,
be here.
yeah.
He'd have
He's
to carry Anaziah
No, he is
because he's
awake.
the only one.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the only
Boy,
one
because
who's
I'm not
strong enough
touching
to
a
carry
dead
it.
body again. Okay, like, no.
You guys have the opportunity to spend the last 6 minutes of the session role-playing as your characters walk up the path back into the Mave, or we can end here. That is a little bit short of what I had planned for tonight, but it is about... I mean, we don't have time to get into anything else, so...
Dang, I want to play more though. How dare?
And then I was done.
The role play was amazing tonight, especially for No Soul, who is
Alright, we
You
will...
did
Poor
great.
guy.
We'll end here for the night. I'll total experience, and then we can hang out for some time until...
So
Oh, I also have a question.
Hit me.
Is there going to be a chance we have a long rest?
You guys got a
You
long
got one
rest.
last
You
night.
slept through the night. You can reset
Yeah.
your character sheet. Yes, you have your spells back and your HP back.
I'm not
Um,
almost dying.
Yeah. And did you choose what skill point you wanted to increase, Panda, for Aurora?
What do you mean?
When you drank the dark water, I said you could increase your intelligence or your charisma by 1.
Well, I'm going to charisma.
Okay. Go ahead and move it to 16.
Hooray!
Okay.
I can't have any more incidents.
Yeah, I'm going to... Oof. Okay, so story. The Daughters of Ginduai. When they wanted information on Kaimanaji, they wanted specifically to know about the barriers around it. It seems that they are trying to get something inside of Ilderon through a back door. I'm going to give you guys major story experience for that. Yandel, you guys are the first group to meet her. She is incredibly nice. I am...
didn't seem very nice.
She's incredibly nice for a final villain. That's
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So not only did we meet
She's-
the BBG, I just basically slapped her in the face and told her she was fucking rude. Yes!
She thought she was nice compared to other people.
I didn't read it as you were physically slapping her. I thought you were waving your hands around.
Oh, no, I didn't physically slap
Okay,
her.
yeah, I was going to say, if you physically slapped her, that would have been an entirely different thing. That would have been Trevor at the bottom of the dark water.
I was as rude as I could be to this woman and basically told her she didn't matter.
There are two very influential elven people in the world who care about mortals a lot. Yandel is one of them. The other one of them is Dilo and Rona, on opposite ends of the spectrum. One uses them, one cares about them.
Hitler and Gandhi.
Yeah.
We obviously found the one that doesn't care.
Yeah. So that is 2 ticks of major experience tonight. I'm wondering if anything else really, it's story-wise, happened. I guess I'll give you guys minor experience for recounting everything that happened in Kainamaji and just being back on the track. And I'll give you guys minor experience for adding a new member to your party organically. Because Zachnil was just told to get and doesn't matter where he gets to, he just better get out of here. At which point, I think that's good. So let me total all of this up.
We didn't even get to kill a wolf.
I know. I was
No,
kinda
you guys
hoping
only had
to
3
kill
turns of
something,
combat
like-
to stop their ritual. On the 3rd turn, it was going off, and
Like the 2nd turn, it went off.
no, the 1st turn, they started it. The 2nd turn, the trees animated, which, you know, my expectation was you guys were going to charge them, and the trees would be more barriers for you. The 3rd turn was when they sent the wave of mist after you guys.
No, we did not charge them because half the party was already down before we got a chance to charge them.
Yeah. 2,250 experience for tonight's session. And I'm going to give inspiration to Aurora and Zachnel. You know what? In a rare moment, I normally don't give out triple inspiration. I just try to do 2 a session. I'm gonna give it to Inaziah too. No, Inaziah's dead. Why would I give him inspiration? Never mind. We're gonna talk about your character, No Soul, afterwards. About like what your future is, because there are people probably in the sigil who can revive him. But if you want to reroll, I won't force you to, keep picking up the flag. So Panda and Joel, this might be your first time getting inspiration from me. I do a special thing. Regular inspiration just gives you advantage on 1 check of your choice when you want to spend it. I do kind of special, more fun inspirations. I have an inspiration table where you can get a inspiration with a random effect that you can use when you want. Otherwise, I can give you normal inspiration. Would you like me to roll, or would you like just normal inspiration?
Roll the dice.
Okay.
Take the fun stuff.
This first one's for Joel. The second is for Panda. Joel, you can impose disadvantage on 1 check of your choice, and it can be any character you choose. When they have to roll something, you have 1 use of that inspiration. Panda, I'm going to scale that experience up. I'm going to say it's going to be 750 experience, because I've been using this since level 1. Do you want it all for yourself, or do you want to share it with the party? It is your inspiration. You're sharing it?
I'll share.
Okay. How many people are in the party? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me divide that by 5. 700.
Are you counting Inaziah again?
I am. 750 divided by 4. Everybody
No,
can
it's
add
still 5.
Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Aurora,
5.
Annie, me.
Oh no, I took out an Isaiah.
But it's
Azure?
Aurora, Lex,
Mhm.
Trevin, Azure.
Oh
and
yeah, Azure.
You're forgetting Azure.
He's not here. He's not here. This is for the people that are here.
Oh, okay.
For who's here, you guys can add additional 187 experience. All right, and we will. Unfortunately, I will be moving on the 24th. If I'm settled in, I don't mind running a session. I probably won't be. So our next date, unfortunately, is going to be the 7th of August, and then we will be meeting regularly after that. I'm sorry this has been so sporadic, but if you guys want to schedule any time to play before the 7th, if we can all come up with a time that works for everybody, I will be leaving my job on the 20th, and after the 24th I'm working for myself, so I don't mind running a session for you guys that are not normally scheduled time. Till then, thank you everybody who watched. I super appreciate you. Enjoy your evening. It's been a lot of fun. And we are gonna get out of here.